On this video, I will be rebuilding a former La Liga giant who have fallen through the leagues in the last 20 seasons. They have not been the club they once were, hitting the heights of the UEFA Champions League final with so many iconic ballers. This will be one of the most fun rebuilds you will see in Football Manager 2024. And that club is Deportivo La Coruña, who find themselves in the Spanish First Division A for the first time in a very long time. The club were founded in the year 1906, and as you can see, their history is a checkered one. They have been a Spanish First Division side in the early 2000s, and as you can see, it's been total collapse and decline from there on in, and it's been an absolute shame that they are where they are now, because they were one of my favourite clubs growing up as a young football fan. They've won one La Liga title, 2 Spanish Cups, 5 second divisions, 3 Spanish Super Cups, and 1 Spanish Third Division Cup. So we will be hoping to add more trophies to that trophy list. And if you don't already, please do subscribe to this channel and like the video. It makes a huge difference to the video's performance, and I 100% appreciate you guys who are watching this video who haven't subscribed yet. If just a few of you subscribed by watching this video, it would make a huge difference to my channel, and I would absolutely love it. Now, the club is in a good financial state. However, £10 million in the bank is supplemented by £13 million of net debt, and at a rate of 215k a month, it's gonna be tough to keep the club afloat until you get to La Liga and the bigger leagues with the bigger incomes, the European nights coming back to Deportivo. You're going to struggle financially. The ultimate goal for this rebuild is to rebuild Deportivo until we win La Liga. It would be great to add that La Liga title. And the squad kicking off is not bad. It's not a bad squad, to be perfectly honest. We've got some good players in there. Good players like Lucas Perez, who is a boyhood Deportivo fan. The 34-year-old who used to play for clubs like Alaves, Elche, and even Arsenal, is going to be a key man for us in the first few seasons. He is coming towards the twilight of his career, but he is far too good to be in the Spanish Third Division, in my opinion. And he is supplemented by players like Jamie Sanchez at centre-back. The 28-year-old centre-back is a solid player for La Liga 3, and not bad attributed centre-back for this division. And we do have some decent young talents coming through the team as well, who I will promote to the first team. Young players like Kevin, who is an 18-year-old striker who can play out on the left wing. He is a breakthrough prospect with 14 finishing and 14 dribbling with 13 off the ball. He is going to be absolutely cracked for this rebuild. Other players such as Martin Ochoa will be coming in handy as well. He's got a good goal ratio in the Deportivo B side. He will be being promoted to the first side in this season, and that's because of the tactic that we will be playing through this save. That tactic being the grumble door. If you haven't seen my Derby series or my Aris series yet, go and check them out on this channel. We have won every single trophy possible with those two football clubs. Now we're testing it out in Spain. Can we repeat the same level of success we have had through Europe, through Greece, through the Premier League in Spain? And the grumble door tactic, it is an unbelievable tactic. Balanced mentality. As you can see, we've got the players here. A sweeper keeper on tackled harder. 2 wing backs on take more risks, dribble more, shoot less often, stay wider and tackle harder. A ball winning midfield player with the standard instructions. A volante with take more risks, move into channels and tackle harder on support. A shadow striker with stay wider and tackle harder. An inside forward with sit narrower and tackle harder. 2 advanced forwards on tackle harder as well. In possession, it is a standard whip tactic, pass into space, overlapped on the right, focus down the left, short tempo, high tempo in terms of playing, short passing, I should say, run at the defense with low crossing. In transition, it's counter press, counter, distribute quickly, roll it out. Out of possession, here is the defensive shape. Prevent short goalkeeper distribution. Get stuck in, step up more. It is a high intensity tactic, so we will need to be doing a lot of rest of players. And if you want to download this tactic, the tactic will be in the description below for you to be able to download it and play it on your rebuilds, saves, or whatever you're doing in Football Manager 2024. There won't be any transfers in the first transfer window, as we do not have any transfer money at this football club. We have turned it off in the first instance to make it a little bit more realistic in this save. Comment below how many seasons it will take us to win La Liga, and the person with the right guess will get to pick the next rebuild. What a series this is going to be of rebuilds. Up the Deportivo. Let's see how far we can take Deportivo La Coruña in this Football Manager 2024 rebuild. The season ended in an absolute perfect way. We won 33 out of our 38 league games, only losing once in a season. Had a goal difference of 93 goals and 103 points. We beat Real Madrid in the Spanish Federation First Division playoff, which meant we won the title, and we won the Spanish Federation First Division A as well. In the Spanish Cup, we had an unbelievable run. We got knocked out in the semi-finals to Valencia. It was an unbelievable run. The only players we brought in this season was Atipo. He came in January on a free transfer and has been absolutely solid for us ever since. What a player and what a signing that has been. But now we prepare for the start of our first season in the Spanish second division, and we're going to make a lot of transfers and start to fully rebuild this squad into a La Liga winning side. The transfers in the second season were to help us progress in the second La Liga, and we brought in some absolutely fantastic players. We brought in a lot of loan players and a lot of players on a free transfer. Some were from this season and some were the back end of last season. We sold a few players as well, but let's get into the transfers we've made to try and keep ourselves in the Spanish second division. And kicking it off is Alex Flores. He is a striker on loan from Villarreal, highly recommended by our scouts and hopefully going to step it up in the Spanish second division to get the goals that we need. Alongside Alex, we have signed Dani Tasende from Villarreal on loan. Also, a good left back, a good Spanish left back to have on this save. He will be big for us in this season. Arthur Veerman, we couldn't believe we got him on a loan deal from Atletico Madrid. He's going to be the heartbeat of the midfield this season. A 19-year-old Belgian is an absolutely cracking player and far too good for be playing in the Spanish second division. Other players include Gaizka Ayesa on a free transfer. And if you remember my Aris series, you'll remember that we brought him in on a free for Aris as well. And he's be a very good goalkeeper for us to provide cover for German in goal. Other players we brought in is Barcelona B centre-back Pelayo on a free transfer. We needed some cover at centre-back because we released a lot of players out of the football club, and Pelayo offers that in abundance. Alan Campbell in from Luton. We needed another holding midfield player, and Alan Campbell is a Scottish international with some great attributes. Played for Millwall, Luton, Motherwell, amongst other clubs, and he will be a very solid asset for us this season. Fran Lopez comes in from Pontevedra. Highly recommended by the scouts on a free transfer. We've decided to give him a go. Let's see how he develops in this save. As well as Stuart McKinstry, another player that highly recommended by the scouts, was formerly at Leeds and Motherwell and was found himself at Queen's Park, but now finds himself in Deportivo La Coruña's first side. An inverted winger who's going to play out on the left for us and provide great an amount of assists for us this season. We got rid of some deadwood in terms of Kariaga. He didn't play for us last season. He went over to Lechia in Poland. Diego Villegas, who was a first-team player for us last season, wanted to leave. We sold him to La Liga side Espanyol for 500k. Other players included another loan player in called Ivan Boa, another Scottish player. He will fit well in with the Scottish players we've got already in this squad, a big centre-back from Fulham. And rounding off the ins is Mariano Diaz. Some of you will remember he's won 5 Champions Leagues with Real Madrid, despite not being a first-team player for them. He's got great work rate, good finishing, and he is going to be crucial in our promotion push this season. But saying that promotion push, it is going to be a bit of a tough one. We'll look at the season preview for us now. And the season preview is kind to us, I would say. 11th place in the Liga, 15-1 to win the title and go make back-to-back promotions. Comment now if you think Depor can make back-to-back promotions with those signings we've brought in, and what a season it's going to be. And what a season it has been with Deportivo. We've won the Spanish second division, meaning back-to-back promotions and back-to-back seasons where we've done 105 points in the season. 65 plus goal difference, 3 defeats, 6 draws, 33 big W's. We did make a couple of signings in the Jan transfer window, mainly Dominic Grief, as we needed a new goalkeeper. He's been absolutely class. And George Meir came in as backup centre-back. But apart from that, it was plain sailing this season. Our top goal scorer was on loan, Alex Flores. And as you can see, a lot of our players are on loan from this squad. So it's going to be a huge rebuild in the summer as we prepare for our first season in La Liga. This window has been a very busy window for our first season in La Liga with Deportivo. We've made some big signings, some unbelievable signings. And to kick it off, we've made Yasser Asprilla on a free transfer. The young baller comes in from Watford with plenty of promise. This guy is one of the best young players on the game, and now he finds himself at Depor. Another player we brought in on loan is Luca Sagnali. He comes in on a free transfer from Malaga. He's backup player at this stage in his career, but we needed some steel in the middle of the park, and hopefully he can provide that for us this season. Ignacio Vicente comes in to play cam for us from LOSC Lille in France. He could be the cam that drives us forward this season. Our cams are always good and they always get goals in our formation, and hopefully he's that guy for us. Junior Adamu is a baller that I absolutely love, and I can't wait to use him with Deportivo. We've put in some big bonuses for him if he can get goals that keep us up this season. Comes in from Freiburg for a couple of £1 million, an absolute steal for Deportivo. Edu Sanchez is a left back that I'm very excited to have in this football club. He's an absolute quality baller from Barcelona B. He had a good season at Ferrol last season and comes in to make the step up to La Liga this season. Alex Crowell, West Ham fans will remember him for looking like Sideshow Bob. He is going to bring the quality in the middle of the park for us. In his prime, a very, very good defensive midfield player to add to the stack of players we've got. Amin Sarr was an absolute bargain from Lyon in France. Another striker that I haven't had before on Football Manager, and we're going to give him a chance. His attributes look decent for La Liga, and hopefully he can fire us to safety this season. Diamande, they said he was going to be big in the air. Palau was very good at scoring goals last season, and if we get another centre-back that can score from corners, we are going to be an absolute dangerous side from set plays. Think Stoke back in the day. That is going to be the Depor way. Another player we did bring in as well, as you take a look at the squad here, was Kilian Ludwig on a free transfer from RB Salzburg. The wing-back can play left-back or right-back. We have increased our defence and hoping it's going to be enough to keep us up this season. The full squad looks as so for the season. We do have some injuries in the team. Arthur Vermeerman comes back in on loan for a second season after breaking into the Belgian international side with us last season. He will be key. Mariano stays at the football club as well. I don't think he's going to be great, but we'll see what happens with Mariano Diaz this season. And in terms of the season preview this season, they are saying we are going to finish bottom and get relegated. Let me know in the comments where you think we'll finish. Will we stay up? Will we have an amazing season? Will we have an absolute dreadful season? Now let's simulate this season and see how we ended up. The season preview was absolutely wrong in so many ways. We outperformed most teams in the league, and I'm glad to say in our first season in La Liga, we managed to finish runners-up to the mighty Real Madrid, who only lost one game in the season. We got 87 points, 5 defeats, 6 draws, and 27 big wins. We also picked up our first ever major trophy, the Copa del Rey, the Spanish Cup. We beat Barcelona in the final 3-2 to win this game. The squad this season has been absolutely insane. All these players have performed to an unbelievable level. Dominic Griefer, he got injured about 3 times this season, broke his arm. Eric Poito stepped up. The main man this season at the back was definitely Sinalan Diamande. He is improving all of the time and is proving to be an absolutely cheap beast for this football club. But we cannot go without mentioning what a debut season it has been for this man. The Austrian Erling Haaland, Junior Adamu, got 25 goals in his first campaign with us and his first campaign in La Liga, earning him a call-up to the Austrian national side for the upcoming World Cup. Other players who have absolutely smashed it for us this season has been Ignacio Vicente. He has been another cheap beast in from Lille. 11 goals in the league for us this season is absolutely unmatched. For that kind of level of baller, he has been absolutely insane. The squad this season's been very good. The finances are okay at the moment for this football club. We've got £5 million in the bank, but with Champions League money coming in and new TV money coming in next season, the board have given us a transfer budget of £9 million. Can we win La Liga next season? Will it just be a second season syndrome? Let's find out after we make these transfers for the forthcoming season. We've made some great signings, particularly towards the back end of last season. We managed to bring in some top talents in Emmanuel Emenega. He is a forward that will provide great backup for Sarr and for Adamu this season. He's going to be a beast, always develops into a great player, and hoping he can do that at Deportivo. Aben Hojlek is a former Football Manager wonder kid who was one of my favourites back in the day and couldn't resist the urge to sign him at Deportivo. I feel like he'll fit the team like an absolute glove this season. Other players we brought in on a free transfer is David Pereira da Costa. He comes in from Lens, provides some cover at cam for Ignacio Vicente this season. And then also we brought in a left back in Nathaniel Brown because Atipo left for the Middle East. Nathaniel Brown plays wing back attack. It will be him and Edu Sanchez this season who will be competing for that left back position. But the big signing, the big summer signing this season is Seko Fofana. He is an absolute beast. You saw him on my Aris series. You'll see him again in this rebuild. He was the difference in pushing us forward in Europe. I'm hoping he's the difference in pushing us closer to chasing teams like Real Madrid this season in La Liga. And talking of La Liga, there's only one team who's going to win the league this season, and that will most likely be Real Madrid. But this season, they predicted us to finish 10th. Last season, predicted to finish bottom. Even though we finished runners-up last season, they still feel like Atleti, Valencia, Barcelona, and Real Sociedad are better sides than us. Comment now where you think we'll finish in Season 4. Will we finish this rebuilding this season, or will we have to carry on into more seasons? There was now a chance to finish the story like Cody Rhodes in our first attempt at finishing this story. We were 83 points to 76 against Real Madrid. There are 33 games played, 26 wins for us this season, 5 draws, 2 defeats. And we had a big game against Real Madrid. The remaining fixtures were looking fairly solid. If we could beat Real Madrid here, we could extend our lead and potentially win the title at home against Atletico Bilbao in the following game. But all rides on this game against our title rivals in Real Madrid. It was going to be a battle for the ages as we stepped up against Carlo Ancelotti's Real Madrid. They were in great form, as were we. They've only lost 2 games from the previous 5, playing Ancelotti's patented diamond in the midfield with an amazing squad. Will this be the first time we can win La Liga and finish this challenge? And it would be first blood to Depor as Emenega progressed with the ball, and Kylian Ludwig put in a great cross to find Hojlek at the back post to make it 1-0 in this game. And it was second blood to Depor as we take a 2-0 lead in the 53rd minute. Nathaniel Brown doing what he did all season, finding Pablo Tor. Pablo Tor finds Kyogo, who couldn't miss from there. The January summer signing has been incredible so far. The next goal in the game was going to be important, and Jeremy Doku was the one who supplied it for Real Madrid as Baku found him in acres of space and he passed it past Griefer to make it squeaky bum time. Jude Bellingham stepped up his initial penalty save, but the tap in past Griefer made it 2-2, and now it was all Real Madrid. We couldn't get the result we needed against Real Madrid at home after not taking our chances. An amazing comeback from them. There were still 4 games to go in the season. We needed to win 3 of them to win the title, in my opinion. Will we pick up our title, or will Real Madrid come back and take the title from us? And there it is. We went to Real Betis, beat them 2-1 to secure the title. It was a very good title for us to win. Real Madrid have been very inconsistent this season, and the boys have stepped up where it's needed to be. We've done the domestic treble as well, picking up the Spanish Cup, the Spanish Super Cup, and La Liga in our second season in La Liga. It only took 4 seasons to win La Liga with Deportivo, finishing the story with them. We will now finish the rest of the season. I'll show you the player stats for this season, and this will wrap up the end of this amazing Deportivo rebuild. We wrap up this video and this rebuild by taking a look at how we did in our final season, the 4th season in this rebuild. We won La Liga, as you've just seen, against Real Betis, and it was 3-2, not 2-1. And we got knocked out in the round of the 16 of the Champions League by Real Madrid over 2 legs. They were just far too strong for us in that competition. Spanish Cup, we won that again, another final against Barcelona, and we won the Spanish Super Cup again against Barcelona. So I did a treble in our last season in charge of the football club. And the squad was absolutely cooking. I have to say, Dominic Grief, we signed him for a relatively small fee from Mallorca. He played 3 seasons at this football club, 250k, and turned into an absolute beast of a goalkeeper for us, and the Slovak #1 at that. Luis Felipe came in as a free transfer just before the end of the January transfer window and was an absolute rock at the back for us this season. Sinele Diamande is one of the cheapest bargains I've ever bought on Football Manager. 1.5 million from Lyon. Played 2 seasons at the football club. Was, well, best centre-back for a long time on this save. Alvaro Carrillo was a very good free signing in from Real Madrid's B team. Developed into a very good squad player. Played everywhere at the back. One of those unbelievable talents to have in your football club. Cheap beast of the year goes to Marc Casado. We brought him in for 375k from Barcelona B, and has been a crucial man in our title winning season, improving all the time, and is a top-notch ball winning midfield player with plenty of talent to spare. Kilian Ludwig Kaiser has been absolutely class for us. Free transfer from Red Bull Salzburg, been an incredible first team player, 63 appearances for the club since joining us from that free transfer. This season brought in Nathaniel Brown, as you saw at the start of the 4th season. He's been an absolute quality player. If you've never had him, go out and buy him. He's a cheap beast. We got him for 5.5 million from Eintracht Frankfurt. An unbelievable signing, in my humble opinion. Players that I have to point out as well that I've never had before that is absolutely crucial for us this season. David Pereira da Costa, the Portuguese player, I know, on a free transfer from Lens, has been absolutely class. His attributes don't look the best, but this guy is a silky baller in game. One of those cams that you should 100% go out and buy. Moving down the forward line, we brought in Pablo Tor in the January transfer window. We paid £8 million for him, and he's been solid for us off the bench, replacing Ignacio Vicente, who went out to the Middle East. But Yasser Asprilla came in on a free transfer from Watford. Didn't live up to the hype that I've seen him progress in other saves. Maybe just wasn't his time, and his PA wasn't as good in our save as it usually is. But Adam Hojlek is a player I was not tempted to buy. I brought in Emenega, and I thought, do I need Hojlek? And I just bought him anyway because it was a ridiculously cheap fee of £4.3 million from Bayer Leverkusen. Had to be done, and he's been the difference. 19 goals in 38 league games. 1 in 2 from him from left wing is not to be sniffed at. Junior Adamu has been the main man for the last 2 seasons. 69 appearances for this football club with 46 goals. He has been an absolute beast. It's a shame he never scored for Austria in this rebuild because, I mean, he's been scoring for us for fun. Emmanuel Emenega, I never had him before. We'll always buy him on a save going forward. 12 goals in 32 games and developing all the time is absolutely insane. A cheap beast. Kyogo Furuhashi, he's okay. We brought him in for about £4 million from Celtic. 10 goals in 18 games. Maybe I'm hating on him unnecessarily, but he was decent up front for our boys. Had that title winning experience, brought that to the squad, and ultimately brought us the title at the same time. Let me know in the comments below which team you want to see me rebuild next, and I'll add it to my list of amazing rebuilds I'm going to be doing on this playlist and on this channel. And if you don't already, please do subscribe to the channel and like this video. It makes a huge difference to me. And if not, I'll see you on another video.